Hello and welcome to the Metroidvania Review official stream. My name is Professor Q, and I have here with me today Nick.
How's it going, everybody?
And today is the third episode of One or Done, and my thing just broke. Here's my title. In this show, we play a game that I have never played before, and Nick has never played before for about 1 hour. We're supposed to do it live, I play it blind live on stream while Nick plays it beforehand, so that he's informed and he's able to talk about it from his own experience. The last two episodes, we played games that were short enough that we were able to beat them on stream. And so this time we're playing something that is a little bit longer. It's also a little bit more recent. Welcome at Vincent and Animator AR. Let's go ahead and pull the game up. The game today is called Moonscars, which is actually available on Humble's Choice. It's kind of like a Game Pass style subscription.
It's also available on Game Pass.
My gosh, my stream setup here just got all messed up, which is always something that can happen when you do things live. Okay, so here it is, Moonscars. I'm actually playing this through. Yeah, it is on Game Pass too. I actually really like the Humble publisher. It's pretty good, and the fact that you can get their brand new games right when they release adds some value to Humble Choice, which has kind of fluctuated in value over over the course of its inception. So that Game Pass aspect to it is actually something that may be appealing. So I'm actually playing this through Humble Monthly, so let's give it a go. Just to disclose what I know about this game, I kind of paid attention to what people said about it, so I do know a few things about it before going into it. But other than that, this is my first time ever playing it. So we're going to enter the void, it looks like.
And I played it last night.
As always, I have seen the title screen just to try and make sure that the recording is working correctly. All things double as they approach the essence. Well, that's good.
You never come to purr on my knees these days. There are so few naturally perfect things.
Okay, so he is talking to a cat.
My poor friend, you were one of them. Here I feel as lonely as only a god can be. I was rejected by those I had made. I shaped them in the image of man. Clay, bone powder, and a drop of ichor. Just that was enough to make something mad. You've been tainted too, haven't you? No, don't say a thing. They've just taken too much after humans of our darkness and malice. Now they are all cleft with it. Maybe I am a god that failed. You're trying to soothe me. See, my loyal pristines should have returned a moon ago. None of the 8. Is that so?
I like how the purring is communication.
Yeah.
Yet Grey Urmoth lives. She can't be gone. As long as she lives, the communion is destined to happen. The moon will feed on them no more. For this will have to brave many, many moons to come.
Thinking moon.
Shall we not, my friend?
Seems like the moon's been a major trouble source for a lot of games. So sorry about the volume there. Apparently the opening cutscene doesn't follow the volume settings that I set before I start the game. So if that was a little loud, I apologize. Alright. Grey Irma says, ah. So to respond to Caldroth, I'm assuming that's probably how the game handles immortality, since that's like a Souls-like thing to gamify the immortality aspect. Don't do this, I'm begging you. Don't do what?
But his love for us is long withered, sister.
I guess we're trying to go after the sculptor. Another pristine dying with so many Claiborns to hunt. So I'm guessing that all of the other... everybody we're seeing here is going to end up being a boss of the game. Since that's kind of the Souls-like pattern to establish that at the beginning.
Yeah, they do love doing that.
The sculptor doesn't seem like it would be that difficult, though. He just kind of sits on a bench and talks to his cat. Kind of creepy dude.
You don't know. Maybe he's like ripped under his clothes.
He just pulls off his shirt and he's got like 15 six-packs on top of his six-packs. Is that... All right.
It's all six-packs.
I can control with the D-pad. Looks like we got our normal swipe. And the game's lagging, of course. Doesn't look like we have a stamina system, so this is more like Blasphemous.
Yeah, it definitely... The game gave me almost immediate Blasphemous vibes.
Yeah. Alright, looks like their eyes glint to telegraph. Which is actually, I think, more than Blasphemous gives you. Apparently, killing things makes me fed. So, I'm looking at the water. I was just wondering if like my reflection was different, but it looks like I just lose color. Maybe he sculpts them back. That's actually true. If he can sculpt things, maybe he like creates things to assist in the fight. Okay. Well, that doesn't feel like a charge attack. That just feels like a heavily telegraphed attack, which actually I kind of like.
Like that it just feels like a normal strike. It doesn't...
Yeah. Yeah. So the Ichor, which is apparently what makes everything evil. That's what I got from the intro. It's like, oh, the Ichor was a mistake. Or maybe the Ichor is what makes it come alive, since that's what kills
Yeah, I
you.
think... Yeah, I got the feeling that Ichor is the... Did you notice the cat up above?
Yeah, I did. I wanted to attack it, but I can't get up there.
Oh, no. You don't want to attack him. He purrs to talk.
You do have an actual dash in this game, unlike Blasphemous, which only had the slide ability. Which I can't remember. Did that make you invulnerable? We played that game so much, you'd think I would have remembered that.
I don't remember. I mean, well, Blasphemous very intentionally made your character feel very heavy.
Yeah. This one definitely doesn't feel that way. Alright. Oh, we got a skill tree. That's neat. I guess we'll learn Witchery because we can. So I guess that cost me 100 essence, I'm guessing, is what that's called. From the inventory, you can reassign it. Alright, we'll figure this out as we go. And so far, I kind of like the look of it.
Visually, it's impressive. Like the... I mean, obviously, the whole muted color palette thing is not uncommon, but...
It's getting to the point where pixel art like this is... Like, it's impressive still, but at the same time, like, it's not uncommon. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it doesn't stand out for being unique anymore, that's for sure.
Which is, it's always a sad development when something that's cool becomes mundane.
Just means it's time to innovate.
Door opens from the other side, which means I probably have to jump down that pit over there. So there were iframes in the dash, it sounds like. Alright, so how do I use my witchery? There it is. Alright, and that costs half of my little stamina bar thing. Does that replenish?
When you hit enemies.
Oh, when you hit it. Okay, so this is...
And you can still... And if you use it up, you can still use it for healing.
I like how you can get the obstacle you have to break with the witchcraft. I like how you can get the mana back by hitting it.
Back,
that's nice.
Yeah. Gives you your...
Well, so far, it feels pretty good.
Yeah, the combat felt good. It had a very crunchy feel to it, and it controls well. Like, they all felt very responsive.
Yeah.
It didn't feel like it was at a slight delay, like not Infamous, Blasphemous.
What? This button? Oh, there it goes. I wanted to see how that worked in combat. It works pretty good. Turns out when you shoot a lightning bolt of spoiled ichor, it hurts things.
Cooks them on the inside, so who would win?
So we have bone powder.
Gray Irma or the Pear Potion character.
I don't know. The Pear Potion character has a problem where she can only shoot sideways. So
What if she's fully upgraded?
I have attacks that hit over my head, so that makes it better.
You could just get up underneath her.
Oh, good. There's parries in this game. That means Calderoth will love this one.
The parries are very difficult.
Is it my laptop that's getting caught in my... I'm sorry about the... Let me try moving that way. Yeah, that's my laptop. The game apparently is making my... There we go. Does that sound a little better?
Feels okay. Or sounds
I didn't know if do I sound okay? Am I still loud? It sounds like my microphone was picking up my computer there.
Oh, I'm not sure. I don't think so.
What's this?
It seems fine.
Oh, throwback gemstone. All right, as long as everybody can hear me okay, I just want to make sure that you're not hearing
Game.
my computer making noise. Apparently this game is a little bit more intensive than the last couple of ones we played.
Really?
Alright. Character tab. Okay, throwback gemstone. Come on. Where'd it go? Is this an amulet stone? Alright, click it. Okay, it is an amulet stone. Alright, how do I use that? Okay, so here's my parry button. LB is heal, but I don't have any reason to do that because I'm like right here. You know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and grab this. Wait, why? How come I can't grab it? It says it costs 300. Oh, 3,000. Never mind.
Yeah, upgrades are pretty expensive.
All right.
You're also still kind of in the tutorial area.
Yeah. Well, the scratchiness is just my voice. Alright, so we can do wall jumps. That's good. So the big question is how Metroidvania is this game, even though it's listed as Metroidvania by a lot of people. Is it as much as Blasphemous, or does it actually have...
I think it will be. I looked at, when I finished the game, I looked at what the finished map will look like, and it's... I actually kind of like how the map's laid out.
Oh, okay. I guess I'm not used to the telegraphing yet. Okay, cool. So we get sellable items. Let's use the... Oh gosh, you hold down the button, she just keeps drinking it.
She's thirsty.
She's very thirsty. Alright, so here's the big question. Is this instant death when I do this? It's not. Well, for some people that will be enough to be better than Blasphemous. Oh, I get it. So I forgot your I-cord is how you heal yourself. So it's like Hollow Knight in that sense.
Yeah, it's similar. Actually, there's, well, I mean, is there a modern Metroidvania that doesn't have things from Hollow Knight?
That's probably true, especially ones that have even remotely Souls-like-ish elements. So that's a ladder. You have to pay attention to like really... Oh no! It's a good thing this isn't Blasphemous. Well, the fact that you can just heal yourself by using your spells is already making this game way easier than Blasphemous was. We keep comparing it to Blasphemous. We should stop. I like how it tells me to double tap the A button, but only one tap is necessary, or unless double tapping does something different. I'm gonna test this. Oh, okay, so there's like a plunging attack. I don't know, so far this is cool. Remember when we played Last Faith demo? This reminds me a little bit of that. Except this one feels a little bit more like thought out as far as the gameplay elements go.
Is that the one with the elevator that never stopped?
Yes, that's the one with the elevator that never stopped. Like, I feel like they're very similar, except that this one seems to be a lot more polished. Of course, one was a demo, and this is the fully released game, so not exactly a fair comparison there. I like the feeling of aerial attacks. They kind of bounce. Oh, so you can. Ooh, I like that.
Oh yeah, you can butt
do
stomp.
Do like a ground pound. You get
It's a butt
pretty,
stomp.
You get a pretty strong kit just from the start, which is kind of nice. It's always good when the game starts you out feeling at least somewhat powerful.
Yeah. Rather than, I feel like maybe I'd be a full character in about a 2 or 3 hour span of time.
No, this is great. The sound design, I always complain about sound design. Sound design could be improved a little bit, make it feel a little bit more crunchy, but the way that the game controls is really intuitive and feels crunchy.
I always thought the job that those guys have, where they make sound effects for games and movies, that always seemed like a fun job.
How come? So is he purring right now to speak to me, and it's just being translated into English? Is that the?
Now the cat can talk to, because the cat is, I think, the creation of that guy, and you're also a creation of that guy. So I think that the cat can talk to you, but he can't talk to that guy because that guy's a human.
Weird cat. He's the Cheshire cat because he can disappear with fade outs. Oh, there we go. We are now somewhere else, which is different.
You're in the mold workshop.
And I can attack statues for some reason. Okay, so I can dash as much as I want, right? Or is that the sculptor?
Yeah, you did it. You beat the game.
Yes, fight him. Oh, so wait a minute. So I understand the purr. So everybody in this world purrs, and I can't understand the sculptor because he doesn't purr? Is that... Because he's like, dot, 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 every time. This is the headcanon.
There you go. See,
he says it by meowing too loudly, so everybody speaks cat speak and not the sculptor.
Meow, 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 meow. So you're just purring at each other? That's why there's no voice acting. They should have just thrown a purr sound effect in there every time somebody said something.
That would be pretty funny. Okay, so the sculptor can resculpt us, it sounds like. Okay, so there's some wax on that. Maybe I can burn it with fire. That doesn't count, apparently. Unless I wasn't close enough, but I'm not going to try it again since I don't have enough ichor to do that. Let's look over here before I step into that thing. Okay, that one might be a door I could go somewhere. It looks like it could be. Okay, cat can't talk.
Can't talk this dude.
I guess we'll go into the ominous-looking Iron Maiden thing.
Yeah, I mean, what's the worst that could happen?
Never thought I would end up becoming a Claiborne. Little do you know, apparently you already were.
Oh no, this is different.
We're gonna let the cutscenes play out, get the full experience here.
I think this is kind of what reminded me of Blasphemous, because they had similar, like, hand-drawn cutscenes, yeah.
That was one of the best parts of Blasphemous, I thought.
Oh no, I'm not complaining.
We keep comparing this to Blasphemous, but it's already very different. We haven't found out what happens when you die, though.
I'm glad we picked Blasphemous 2 as our game.
Blasphemous 2 is our game. Okay, so the pinwheel looks the coolest. Like, the hammer seems nice. I generally like hammers, but I mean, look at that.
I'm gonna see what you pick. I know what I picked.
Okay, so this has a ranged attack, which is probably a good idea. But I already have that with my little thing. I'm gonna go with this.
That's what I went with.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with it. It sounds like a good plan. Cool. Pinwheel discovered. I'm guessing both of them take ichor to use.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think.
Clay beats flesh.
Clay rules. flesh drools.
So I like how we could attack the gargoyles. I guess we use the gargoyles to get our ichor back to try out the thing we just got. You just called me a clay head. That's not very nice. Right,
They start getting derogatory against them. Stinking clay heads.
Oh, special attack. Okay, so it's a special attack.
There you go.
Well, that's cool. And it doesn't use ichor, so it's just a...
I actually quite liked the sound effect for that attack.
Yeah, that's kind of neat. I probably, like, objectively speaking, I'm betting the hammer is probably more my style, but that just looks cool.
But it also... Well, you'll see.
Yeah. So do they all have such a long wind-up? I like how they give me enough... Oh, come on. It doesn't even kill them. That's got to do a lot more damage to make that wind-up worth it. Okay. So, like, maybe poison or whatever. Alright, looks like we have a couple of paths here. Oops. Come on.
Well, also remember your ichor is refilled through kits.
Yeah. I think with a little practice, it could be.
Yeah, it feels...
Could
I
be
thought it felt
useful
good.
enough. Didn't I break the... Oh, okay, you have to hit, like, literally the direction of the... Ow! Alright, well. Healing is cheap in this game, so we'll just hop off here. Come on. Alright. Let's see what this thing was. Oh. Oh, what? Where did this come from? Critical chance. Spell cost return chance. Just a chance. Witchery. I'm gonna go with spells this time because I kind of like the spells. We'll reduce the spell cost. The crit chance is probably most people are gonna pick. But I don't know. I'm feeling good about this one. I haven't died yet, so I don't know.
I bet you're gonna play the whole game and not die.
I'm sure I'll die eventually. The healing's pretty cheap though, so I don't know. With a little bit of careful play, it seems like it wouldn't be too hard to avoid it. See, here's the thing about my special attack. Because it doesn't cost me anything, I want to use it all the time, which is actually beneficial to the design of the game, in my opinion.
Well, yeah, because you get better at the timing of using it.
Yeah. No, that's neat. Yeah, it's on Game Pass, and I am actually playing it on Humble Monthly right now. Well, this is probably the type of game I would be interested in owning. Oh, okay, let's do some cat speak here. They should have made him smile and disappear that way. That would have been
Extra creepy.
Hey, cool! You get health upgrades through exploration. We were just talking about this earlier about games with level up systems. That when you have a Metroidvania style design, in my opinion, I feel like you need to lean more on the exploration to upgrade aspect and less on the
Skill tree.
Yeah, skill tree to upgrade. Leveling up health is a perfect thing because everybody wants health. So why put that on the leveling tree and make it the obvious choice?
It definitely feels, at least to me, better to be exploring and find a health power up than to find ooh, I found a chest with 200 power up fun bucks.
Yeah. I like Guacamelee too. That's a good one. I did not see the Nintendo World Direct. What did I miss? I've been in conference meetings all week.
Nintendo.
Oh, yeah,
I bet they announced the new oh wait, Indie World Direct, never mind.
Interesting. This is good. I like, so when you have a mechanic, you need to put it in the game to repeat a few times just to remind you have it. Since we hadn't had a lot of walls up to this point, I forgot that I could wall jump, so it's good that they forced me to do it there. Oh, so you got kind of summons. Can I hurt my own summons? Oh gosh. Okay, well, I upgraded my magic for a reason, so let's use it. Okay, this is definitely a secret wall. There we go.
Wall chicken.
Yeah, Castlevania does it pretty good. Well, the thing about Castlevania is there isn't any choice when you level up. It's just something that happens, which, you know, you just get health as you go. I'm talking about like in Souls-likes where you have to choose between vitality and raising your attack power. I'm not saying that every Souls-like needs to do it that way. It just, if they're going to do that, they need to make the leveling system like have a give and take on it instead of just making vitality be the obvious choice. Because then it feels like a level tax rather than
right. Absolutely.
Than a choice.
I haven't heard of any of these Indie World Direct games except for Rogue Legacy 2.
Rogue Legacy 2 is pretty good. It's a bit grindy. But so was the first game. I know I have a
yeah,
dodge button,
I lost interest. I burned out on the first game pretty quickly.
I have not played Ghost Song. Ghost Song is something we might do on One or Done. Next month it's going to be a game that was sent to me.
Does it have Moon in the title?
No, it does not.
What? Why are we even considering it?
It might have Pear in the title, though, so we can keep with our pattern. Oh, I guess we're fighting more things. Whoa!
I can't believe we're playing a game that doesn't have Moon in the title in Moon or Zoom, our once-a-month podcast where we decide if we should keep playing this game about the moon or if we should run away.
I was going to comment on how cool that was that he fell into the spikes and died and kind of stuck there. That's kind of neat. Just don't get hit and you don't need vitality. That's true.
So there was a first-person shooter where you could kick enemies into spikes, and it was like one of the primary mechanics of the game. Bulletstorm, I want to say. Anyway, it's always satisfying to kick things into spikes.
I just sacrificed myself. It's like this beer requires a sacrifice. I'm like, okay, good. I got to make a choice, and then I just died.
Well, yeah, the sacrifice is you die.
The void inside is growing bigger. Good.
I like Palpatine and the agitated gargoyle. I didn't even notice that was his name.
It's like good cop, bad cop, except it's good gargoyle, bad gargoyle. No,
so he's still my special attack. Okay.
Yeah. She ain't easy. Be prepared for it's harder than the Shade fight in Hollow Knight.
Well, maybe I'll actually die and we'll see what happens.
Oh, Bulletstorm. That's the game I was remembering. What did I say? Bladestorm? Anyway, Bulletstorm. That's what it was. It was great.
And I've heard about Ghost Song. Like, I looked at that and thought it was just a Metroid-like. But apparently it's kind of a Metroid Souls-like hybrid. Like, you level up and stuff. Like, I was interested in it as a Metroid-like, and I'm trying to decide if I'm interested in it now that I know it's, different. And honestly, it sounds like it's unique enough that it may be interesting. Okay, we got 3 glands. I don't know where I picked all those up. Well, yeah, but I don't have a special attack right now. Okay, cool. I assume that the cat's one of those. I like how my character just yells at things like, just tell me! All the time.
No time! Losing her mind.
This is the reason why most protagonists are silent, because a lot of times that is what they're going to say, is things like that. I'm not making a major criticism there, it's just an observation. The cat says you're just a husk. Wow, way to open a conversation, buddy.
That's rude.
That's so mean. Alright, these look like just consumables. Gosh, these are expensive. Okay, so this. Oh no, these are equipables.
Bulletstorm definitely has the same dude bro. I don't know why, but Epic Games seems to think that they can't make a game with dudes in it that aren't built like tree trunks.
That's how you know they're a dude. Let's see. Clay templates explode.
But Bulletstorm was it was like if you combined Doom with Tony Hawk Pro Skater. Like the primary mechanic was killing with style.
Wait a minute. So is this health restored now, or is it? I'm gonna go with healing power.
Yeah, I think it. Yeah.
And I'm gonna go ahead and keep reducing witchery.
I think. I guess you'll find out. There's certain power ups that you lose when you die, and I think it's those.
So yeah, now this costs way less than a full bar, which is good.
Why couldn't they put the gargoyles on the ground so you could just wail on them instead of having to jump wail on them?
Good point.
Imagine the existential dread of looking at your own dead body.
That would be something. Okay, so you can warp. Warp between mirrors and learn witchery. Okay, so I can learn new spells. Oh, but couldn't I? Oh no, that's right. So this is what we were doing before, but we don't really have a lot of bone powder or whatever it is. So we have a couple of more over here. These ones cost 1,000. I guess I'll go ahead. Poison attacks, huh? Okay, what's the advantage between... Yeah, we'll just buy all of them. We'll try out some different ones today. So I have to warp to one of the places I went to. Okay, so this is where I was. And it looks like there's something red there.
Oh man, it's you!
Oh no!
So it is true, my shadow came after me. I have what you had, I am you. No, you're not.
This conversation wasn't totally necessary to my enjoyment of the game.
Well, no. Think about the existential questions it answers. If she still has consciousness, who's that in that clay version of you, and who's the version inside of you, and which one is the version that came from that body, if either?
I forgot that my weapon did the slam down. I almost died there. Oh, okay, so the Dark Mirror had the key. We'll have to go back in the Dark Mirror and see what that is.
Okay, so fun fact, she actually killed me in my playthrough.
Murdered Soul Suspect. I have not played that one. Why does my gland hurt? I have 3 glands, so which one are we talking about?
That's what I should say, like at work when I'm not feeling good. Be like, oh, why do my glands hurt?
I should just use that. Oh, well, the sculptor's talking to me now. Wait, how did that happen? Okay, so he looks like a good final boss. I don't know if that's actually what happens, but I'm actually kind of interested in how the story progresses, which is...
Yeah, I kind of like the build-up of the story, although from what I gathered, it's a little obtuse.
Well, it sounds like it's an abstract existential thing like we've been talking about.
Right.
Cool. We want the pinwheel again. Okay, so this is a spear. Ooh. Ooh, okay, let's see. Additional buildup. Okay, never mind. So I already have the ranged attack. This seems kind of neat. If this lunges me forward... Oh, there's a bonus on the bottom, too. Oh, I remember that. So when we had the Ichor, it actually gave me more bar. Choosing between these two... Like, I want this one for the ability. but this one's more interesting because of the Ichor aspect. But I've been reducing the cost of my Ichor for my spells anyway, and you get it just for attacking things, so I'm going to go with the health. Alright, let's give this a shot. Alright, so yeah, this does have a little bit of a leap forward. Could it be better? And, whatever. It sounds like...
You spin to win.
Okay, well this is neat. The range on it makes it nice. Was I getting Ichor from that? Doing that? I don't think I was.
I think you have to hit to get it.
Anyway, let's look inside the mirror and see what that key was. Oh, what's this?
Yeah, there's a lot of little mechanics that I didn't really engage with because I was like, hey, I'm not going to be playing that much.
So we cost glands. Well, this seems like it's totally worth it. And, guess that's good. And Ichor gain. Oh, until interacting with the neck. Oh, so these are temporary. Oh, well.
Yeah, these are the things you lose when you die.
Yeah. Okay. In hindsight, I wish I hadn't done that. We'll go back to the mirror later then. It's okay, we're learning. Oh, gee. Being surrounded is not such a big deal in this game. You can just kind of walk through enemies. It's kind of nice. Like, you don't even have to dodge to get through them.
Get through it, yeah. It's kind of nice when you don't have to worry about contact damage.
Yeah. Which I do not believe was the case. Blasphemous.
Everything hurt you in Blasphemous.
Yeah. Oops. Alright. Ooh. Oh. Did that actually heal me? How fast is my heal? I think I'm supposed to be invulnerable during my heals right now. Man, it's really easy to blow all your Ichor on healing.
She really guzzles it down.
Okay, so the question is do I want to go down that pit?
I don't see why not.
Yeah, boons is probably a good way to describe what the gland bonuses are. Do we have the key? There's like a little bar over it that made me think that I could hold down the button, but it doesn't look like it. Oh, does it overwrite the previous one too? No, I have 3 things. So I have... So if you look at the top left of my screen, let's see if my mouse shows. But if you look up in the top left, there's 3 different icons. So I'm assuming I have all 3 of the ones I bought. You know, we haven't looked at the map this entire time. That actually means that the level design is... Oh, we just go straight down.
Did you upgrade or did you equip the upgrade that makes you invulnerable when you heal?
Oh yeah, that's right. You have to equip it. Let me make sure I do that.
Thanks, Caldrath. Someone's paying attention.
That is one downside. Every time I hit start, I have these precision bonuses.
So many.
I don't know. Does it just heal you once? That doesn't seem like a good idea. We'll go with the effect duration. That seems like the best option.
Yeah, with how easy healing is, that feels like that couldn't possibly worth it.
Gosh, I have a hard time getting around this. That's good. And I'm glad we can do this without having to go to save points, too. Alright, so we have increased critical damage, but we haven't been increasing our critical hit at all, so I don't know how useful that is, but it is something to put in the slot. And then this is the invulnerability during heal. Okay, and then we have a key. And then these ones, I think... Interesting. Okay, so you just sell those, it looks like. There's the key. Maybe that's going to be what was on top of that building. I mean, so far the level design has been fairly linear, so that's another reason to not have to...
I think you're still in...
Yeah.
Oh, Running Man.
Seems a lot easier to dodge by jumping versus, actual dodging. Combat feels good. When you get hit, man, though, it hurts. It hurts a lot.
Yeah, they do a good job. I think it's visual. I was trying to figure out why strikes felt good, and I think it's because of all the the blood and bits that like spiral off of them as you hit them.
The screen literally shakes as soon as I touch anything. So
Make contact. Yeah.
yeah, get in the wall. Get in the wall. Nope. All right, fine. No. There we go. No. Keep running. I promise you, it'll be good for you. Alright, yeah. So I've been upgrading my spell cost. Does that improve my healing cost? It hurts a burn, so I guess you get a little bit of that. How similar would I say this is to Blasphemous? I would say not at all. The Blasphemous definitely feels a lot more clunky. Intentionally so. I would say that they're completely different. Well, obviously they're platformers that focus on...
There's some connections, yeah.
Good.
I'd say I would give it a 70% Blasphemous rating.
Yeah, maybe.
Because the art style is definitely very similar.
I think the cat's just as crazy as the guy who talks to cats.
I think everybody in this world is kind of crazy.
I'm interested in seeing like how this all pans out. It could be just nonsense that just adds to the theming, but it's possible they actually have some kind of like epiphany.
Well, I honestly think that one of the biggest disservices that Dark Souls has done to the indie community is convincing indie developers that they just need to make their game obtuse and confusing, and it's going to feel mysterious and intriguing, and that's not necessarily the case.
Well, if you continue to watch our Dark Souls stream, plug, I'll talk about that a little bit more. But Dark Souls actually has a very simple story, which is something that I think a lot of these indies miss when copying Dark Souls. Like, it has a very clear story to me, but maybe not. Maybe I'm just...
It's a very straightforward story. They just obscure it within a bunch of nonsense.
Well, I don't think even it's that obscure. It's just... There's a lot of elements to it. Like, if you look at just the lore aspect of it, yeah, there's a lot of obscure lore. But the story itself, the part that's important, I don't think is that complex. And I think that's what the problem is they focus so much on the world building and not enough on actually having a story. But those are two. Okay, so I forgot that I could air dash. It's a good reminder there.
I mean, at the end of the day, those stories are just an excuse to go around killing a bunch of old gods and
usually
kings.
Yes. That felt good. Oh, he woke up. I wanted to wake him up. I thought they only woke up if I hit him. Maybe I did accidentally hit him.
The screaming howls of his friend falling onto the spikes woke him up.
That might be it. He didn't even know he had a friend. He was, okay, so you level up, and then you can spend your stuff. Okay. Definitely want more healing power, because as we get more health, that's going to be more useful. Sometimes I hit my little Hadouken button, and it doesn't Hadouken. Maybe it's when I'm moving I can't. Nope. I guess I just didn't hit it right. I don't know. Oh. Hi.
Oh, hey, secrets.
I found a thing accidentally.
Now you know to start looking for stuff like that.
Well, okay, maybe it's just me because I dodged the way I dodged, but okay, I can't jump dodge these guys as easily as I have other. I get sucked into the platform above me. I'll try and dodge normal. Or maybe parry occasionally. This is one of my weaknesses. If you watch any of the streams, I can't parry. Like, I'm so bad
I found parrying very difficult in this game, and I got pretty decent at it in Elden Ring.
Can I spend my... I have to be at a save point to spend my... what is it called? Bone dust or whatever.
Bone dust, yeah. I think so.
Oh gosh, he's got... See, I just hit my special attack button and it didn't, like, trigger.
So that doesn't feel good.
Yeah. Yeah, I had to hit the button twice there. So maybe there's not animation canceling. That's usually what the problem is that I'm stuck in some animation that disallows me to make the move. So let's talk a little bit about some of the things I heard about this game before I played it, since that may obviously my experience is going to be different from other people.
Right.
One of the things that I heard was that this game is extremely punishing. Now, very clearly, it is at a...
Well, very early in the game.
That's true. We haven't hit far enough.
You haven't even fought a boss yet.
That's true. But I don't know. So far, I haven't even come close to dying. I don't know how that matches your experience, but
Yeah, I couldn't get the parries down in this game, like, consistently.
I usually don't bother unless the game forces me to. Ooh, you get damage bonuses from exploration too. See. This is.
And I think that guy was just being weird and creepy because, like, the moon, I think, is doing something to people. I think the moon is what's corrupting people.
I mean, that would make sense given the title of the game. Just gonna pop off here in case I fall into the spikes while trying to sneak past this. Yeah, we need to at least get to a boss before the... Is this a sacrificing mirror? Okay, did I lose all my buffs? I guess we're just going to go ahead and go for it.
I think you actually have to go in the mirror.
Let's get some witchery. Let's try some new spells. Alright, this one's probably going to be more useful if we hit a boss. I'll get that first.
Wait, didn't you beat Sekiro? How did you beat Sekiro if you're not good at parrying?
Well, I said I don't do parrying unless I'm forced to.
Oh, alright. It forced you to?
The Sekiro forces you to parry. Although in Sekiro, you can just tap the L button over and over again, and it's pretty effective, so...
Did you beat Sekiro?
I did beat Sekiro. I even got the hardest ending. I don't even know if it's the hardest. It's just the most complex ending. The one you get from actually exploring the game.
Right. Now, how would you rank it against the Souls-like games?
Well, first off, it's not a Souls-like game, but that's a whole other conversation.
Wow.
I would break it apart from it. Well, let's listen to kind of one real quick, and I'll talk about that. There's a lot of characters in this game. A lot to keep track of if you actually want to pay attention to the story. I say that after we met like the third character. I'm guessing she's probably going to be a boss. Is she one of the people that they showed in the intro?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, the Claymore or whatever you call it. Yeah, it's called Sekiro in the game. And my biggest complaint about Sekiro is that the oh, here's a boss-ish. Oh, okay. Well, it's a good thing I've been buffing my witchery. Come on. Oh, okay, so every spell has a cooldown. That's a pain. My witchery back. Ow. That hurt, and he ate my witchery. Or he ate my ichor.
It's so rude when you work hard on building up your pool of ichor and then an enemy takes it from you.
I need to remember I don't have like a huge limit on my dashing. I can just kind of spam it. And it seems like when I go through enemies, I get like a cooldown reset in my... I really recommend Sekiro. My biggest complaint is that it has the secondary weapons called mechanical prostheses or whatever you call them. And the way that they're limited is kind of dumb. And so if you look at the game as a game where you fight with a katana that has a few cheat options, like Mega Man type cheats, then it's fine. I just kind of wish the prostheses were a little bit more universally
baked into the fundamental mechanics of the game.
Yeah. Apparently you can just climb walls, so that's nice. Really easy to just kind of...
Now the prosthetics, if you use them, like if you use them on a boss fight and then die in that boss fight, is it the thing where you won't have them the next time you fight the boss?
Correct. Well, so if you played Bloodborne, they use basically the same system as the Quicksilver bullets.
See, I hate that. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it.
I do too.
you use an item to make the boss fight a little bit easier and die, and then they're like, "Oh, you died? Let's
Right.
make the fight harder." God, I hate that. That's like it's like anti-pacing. I don't understand why From does that.
It's weird. Whoa, this is a big group of enemies here. Let's go up here and heal. And then we'll try and come up with a strategy here. It's going to try and... My plunging attack makes me move forward a little bit, so I can't just go between these platforms easily. So let's just let them gather up to with each other, and then we'll come down and use a witch bolt. These dashers are going to ruin that. Oh, yeah, I can't just spam it. I forgot. That's a reason to use the stone spell.
Right.
Right
there. You
there.
go.
Oh,
jeez, more power.
They're really stretching my ability to manage the crowds. But this
I think
game's
jump strike's the way to do it.
This game's pretty fair with how it gives you.
I mean, usually I'm not a big fan of enemies just
movement.
teleporting onto the screen, but at least it gives you like a little icon that they drop out of. They don't just appear.
Yeah, that's true. Ambushes are fine if they're handled correctly. I mean, that's basically the entirety of Destroy Space Aliens. I felt like after you got used to it, it was good. It doesn't start out great, but or it doesn't start out feeling great, but we'll pop off here. All right. When in doubt, just run away. Joseph Joestar method. Yeah, if it doesn't come up on stream, you can go ahead and talk about it. Mini boss. So, do they have like a boss room like they do in Dark Souls, or are these the bosses?
Honestly, an idea of not having a boss fight in a separate boss room is kind of a neat thing.
Yeah, get rid of the pomp and circumstance around his little quills just exploded. Did you fight any bosses when you played, Nick?
I did not. I found 0 bosses.
Maybe that's how they handle bosses in this game. No penalty on death. Oh, so this is basically the Ring of Sacrifice.
Oh, right. Yeah.
So it sounds like
Kind of
these
thing
items, like the one that makes me invulnerable when I heal, it sounds like I lose it if I die. It's worded weird, but I think that's what it's trying to convey. Yeah, I don't mind if you talk about that, Ms. Hark. We're here to learn about the game.
Oh yeah, no, this is about learning about the game.
Alright, so that shield, I have to get behind him. This instant turnaround makes it a little bit more difficult, but I'm so used to like burying my dodges that I keep forgetting that I could just do it as much as I want, which would really change how difficult the combat is. You get so much good movement right from the start. It's getting to the point where I feel like I should have a boss, if there are bosses in this game. Let's fly up here and see what's up. Just bone powder looks like, which is always welcome. Get some bone powder. Oh, immediately start attacking somebody.
Joker close to the people.
So this is one of the deals, or the clay
One
people.
of the other people.
Yeah.
One of the 5.
You did the worst thing. Oh. Do we know who she's protecting yet? When I chose to protect her? Are we just referring to something we haven't? It's possible I missed it.
Fully seen? I don't think so.
So is this an actual boss? Okay, no. Don't come for the key, please. We'll see. Okay, this is another... Oh, it's the Moon Priestess. So now we actually identify who wants this stuff. Have we seen the Moon Priestess again since our initial first encounter?
No.
So the game gets harder when you die. Enemies have more HP and hit harder, but give more resources, and you have to sacrifice a special item to get back to normal difficulty. And that's a character introduced later. Sounds like another anti-Nickism.
Yeah, it does. That sounds horrible. Why would you do that? Why? That makes no sense. My game's not long enough. What can I do to make it longer? I'll make it harder when you die. I make games for a living. I don't get it. I would love if someone could explain to me why it is a good mechanic to make a game that kills you harder when you die.
Kills you harder. I like that phrasing. This game just killed me harder.
It does. It just kills you harder.
So I like the Witch Bolt. Let's keep it up. What is this middle part? Is that just my head? I'm curious. I don't want to see. I want to see what it is. Okay, so there's a stone projectile. So this is the chain boulder I think they were talking about. It was good for flyers. So we'll work our way towards that. But upgrading Witch Bolt seems like a good plan. We haven't really used the poison, but it looks like you unlock more abilities as you go anyway. So, and it looks like these two might be tied together. So I don't think I wasted my points by grabbing that.
Unless you're gonna pick up the other one.
So this one actually seems really awesome. We should probably try out the poison before doing it. You know, we haven't gone to the... It looks like I still have those buffs, though, so... Maybe we should just continue as far as we can?
Yeah, might as well. I mean, that's one thing I think we're going to run into with this series, is that often the first hour or so is a tutorialization of the game itself, so you don't see the meat and potatoes of the game.
That's true. Like, if I played the first hour of Grime, I would have been like, this game looks awesome, I'm totally going to play it, and then later on I just decided I didn't like it as much as I thought. Although the game's changed completely since launch, and it has a new DLC, so it's possible that I enjoy what's there now. Enjoy more what's there now. So Couch to Cow is talking about... I played this game. What is it called?
I kind of like the mechanic that he describes, that if you die, you can go back to the checkpoint with the penalty of things being more difficult. So you start further along in the level, but you pay for that with difficulty.
Yeah, that's kind of neat. Okay, so that looks like a boss up there. Let's go up there and grab these summons. Oh, he just wasted that summon. Gosh. Was he being hurt by the spikes, or am I just doing that much damage to him?
You're doing good damage, yeah.
And so far, it seems pretty easy to stay alive. I'm sure it gets harder.
Somebody said earlier that at the 2/3 point, the difficulty ramps up and turns into like a difficulty wall rather than a difficulty hill.
That is the downside to trying to judge a game. It's one of the reasons why I wouldn't write my full review until after I beat the game. But
beat the whole game, yeah, for sure.
The point of One or Done is to decide whether or not we want to continue, and so far I'm feeling pretty good about this one. Like, at this point it's starting to feel a little bit more routine, but at the same time I'm getting nice rewards for exploration and feel like
I think it's got some neat thematic ideas.
It's very mellow the way it's presented. We got this nice, cathedral choir music playing in the background the whole time.
Although visually it's got some rather drab backgrounds, but that's mostly because of the color palette they chose.
Yeah, I kind of like the black and white, personally, but...
No, I don't dislike black and white.
It's easy because I'm not dying. That is probably true, Caldwell.
It's black, white, red. That's the old Mad World color palette.
Is it called Overwhelm? I can't remember the name of the game. I think I played the game you're talking about, though. Let's go. I was actually going to review that one. I was playing it with my co-op buddy. It's pretty hard. Ooh. Wonder if I take more damage if I get pushed into the spikes. I don't know if I want to test that one. So if I could just get a weapon that sucks things back. Speaking of weapons, I haven't used my special weapon in so long. So apparently I don't like the spinning sword.
I think you almost need a full heal at a checkpoint before a boss, because if they don't give you that, you could very possibly end up with a dead game. Like, if you walked into a boss fight with 10% health and it saved at the checkpoint right before the boss fight, you're just hosed. So often game devs will make it where you heal fully to avoid that from just bricking your game.
I don't think I've ever played a game that doesn't heal you before a boss fight, but King of the Dragon puts you in a couple of situations where you could get saved before a boss fight and you could not leave to try and level up, so
you could potentially get stuck.
Yeah. Can I do this in the air? Yeah, but it doesn't work very well. Okay, so here's another question. It doesn't matter, I'm out of magic anyway. I was wondering if I should probably use that poison attack just to see what it's like. Okay, well at least those guys, I forgot that you could just walk through enemies, so they weren't going to block me as I jumped. I was operating based off of Mega Man logic there when I shouldn't have been. Those guys are going to knock me into the spikes. Okay, let's flip the switch. Okay, that's a thing that goes up. So let's go down. Do I want to go down? There's a gland down there. That looks like a gauntlet of enemies. As soon as I drop down there, they're going to get ambushed on all sides. So let's look at the comments real quick before I move on. And I don't remember if it's called Overwhelm. You know what? When we stop today, before I not quit, I'll see if I can find the name of the game. So far, no gauntlet, although those are clay people. Let's try and... Locked! Okay, guess I'll grab the gland and trigger everything. There it goes. So predictable. Oh geez, there's a lot of enemies around here. You expected that. We saw this coming from a mile away. Oh geez. That's weird that the guys like
as you get hit in the face.
Well, just because we expected it doesn't mean it doesn't work.
That is touche. You can see it coming all the way right into your face.
Basically. Okay. Have I been on this side of the fence? Okay, this is where I was. I'm actually having to use the map for a change. What's this? Big question mark. Can I actually use this now? Nope. Okay. They came back for some reason. That one's sparking, which... Okay, there it goes. Oh, they're both there. Okay, we got it. We got this. Ooh, that knocks them back when they run at me. That's good to know. And so far the combat's great. I like the dynamic between magic and using my sword. Usually that's a difficult thing to balance when you put the healing there as well, because generally speaking you just want to save your magic for healing, but I felt like my magic was strong enough that, there was a good enough balance that doesn't hurt the game.
Well, it's nice that you can actually still heal with it after using it for a spell, yeah.
It's like that Vincent. This is how I'm gonna die, is trying to climb up a spike wall.
Falling in a pit and then panicking.
while reading the comments. Matt Vincent found the game. It is called Overwhelm. It's that game is intense. To say
would you say it's overwhelming?
I would say it is overwhelming. It is an aptly named game. Okay, so I've gotten this secret. I'm trying to get the one on the other side of that wall. But there's a secret maybe on the outside of this wall. Okay, so I need to go across that pit that I almost died in. So far, my biggest nemesis in this game. Well, if this game becomes unfair, at the very least I can say, like as far as punishing goes, at the very least it has a long ramp up on that difficulty, at least for somebody who went through Blasphemous twice and a few other games. By no means am I an expert pro gamer.
Yeah, you're just kind of lawnmowering enemies at this point.
Yeah. Oh. Bone powder!
Oh, look at all that bone powder.
You know what my favorite thing is when I have to pick up 3 things when I could have just picked up 1 thing. Everything I need.
Yeah, but it's like Mario coins. If you had to hold a button down every time you picked a coin up.
I think you just described exactly what I was complaining about. Yeah. Some people really like Grime. For some reason, it decides to focus on platforming at the later parts of it, and it's just a little bit clunky for platforming, and I feel like the game would have done better if it just focused on what it was good at. Oh,
it's the opposite of RE2.
We found the boss
Chalk
fight.
him.
You remember what you did to me that night, don't you?
Yeah, I threw pickles in your face.
You have cleft
I called
me.
Let my acker to go to waste.
Well, that's rude, Grey Irma.
Why have you done it? To prove me a monster?
I want to know who her is. She is fascinating, almost like me. I'm just gonna yell that at everybody. Sculptor, where's Sculptor?
Yeah, I think the moon is like corrupting people. Moon poison.
He got big all of a sudden. Whoa!
He pulled the Final Fantasy mode of boss fight.
All right, this is a good time to practice my or try using my poison.
Kill that traitor Chakram. He's such a traitor.
He is such a traitor. Oh, my heal button didn't work, which is never good. Oh, there's two of them now. Oh, only temporary.
Traitor's Chakram.
All right, so bosses are going to have ads, which is nice. One of the biggest challenges that boss fight design has is the big bad enemy guy that.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's giving you ads to refill your. Well, I mean, you're refilling Icaru attacking him, so.
Yeah, but I mean, like the ads will make some skills that would be irrelevant more relevant, like
more relevant
skills. Yeah,
sure.
but that is really heavily telegraphed.
You know what game handled that really well?
What's
Remnant.
that? Well, the poison's good. I don't know if you saw it draining his health, but
Or did it? That was not.
whoa. Kind of neat that he summons like a version of himself. Like watch his health slowly go down. So that is definitely going to be worth upgrading. I think it's definitely going to be good for bosses. I'm going to say definitely a couple more times.
Definitely.
Definitely. Ow. He might actually get me. As long as I do my the classic double slash air dodge, I think we'll get him. Most bosses that when you have this ability have a hard time dealing with that. It's sort of like pogo jumping. Like if you can get the pogo jump down, a lot of times bosses aren't designed to be able to counter that. Alright, so I'm definitely in a situation where I feel like I need to save my mana for heals, but that's only because I'm doing poorly. Anyway.
Did it!
Nice first try, boss.
Moon hunger alleviated.
It was fun to fight. You know, the double slash dash is still fun to do, in my opinion. The enemies are poorly balanced at the end of the game. That is, I could see that. So far, it's fun though. I'll give it that, and I am interested in seeing more of it. Oh, this is a double.
Yes. Upgraded.
So we have cripple, hex. So whirlwind was not good for me. The spear just doesn't seem like it would be that useful when I had the witch bolt. So I'm gonna go ahead and go with this again. Plus,
I liked Pinwheel.
Plus, it gives me the Ichor, so.
Feels chonky.
Or Ichor.
Dot.
Hey, puss!
I killed the best friend that I ever had. Maybe this is a situation where I'm evil and I don't know it until later on.
That is kind of what it feels like.
Yeah.
And then it turns out that the Planet of the Apes was Earth all along.
Yeah, that's probably what it's going to end up being. We're already trying to predict the outcome here. No, wait. The whole reason why I went up there is because I wanted that thing over there. Can I get it from the outside? It looks like I might be able to. Alright, cool. Well, we got a boss, so that's good. We'll give this another 5 minutes, and then we'll just kind of move into the discussion piece.
Boba Fett, are you talking about the remade Ninja Gaiden, the one that came out on Xbox, like in, I don't know, 2008 or 2007? The one that eventually turned into Ninja Gaiden Black? Because that game was almost perfect.
Oh, we found a entry to this here. I wonder if that prevented my progression. Like I couldn't go further without fighting the boss. Some more bone powder. I haven't spent my bone powder in ages. Okay, so we did this already.
Yeah, Ninja Gaiden Blacks. I always liked Ninja Gaiden more than Devil May Cry.
Bold words. Have you played Devil May Cry 5 yet?
I've played it some, but haven't beaten it.
I haven't had a chance.
5 is, in my opinion, 5 is the best in the genre right now. That said, I haven't played Bayonetta 3 yet, so I don't know. I don't feel like Bayonetta was trying to go for, like, I'm going to be the best
character action game, or whatever you want to call it.
ever made. Like, I think that's kind of what Metal Gear. I was about to say Metal Gear Rising. Man, Metal Gear Rising 2. I would love a new Metal Gear Rising. Anyway.
It's all about that senator, man.
Man.
He makes that game. Oops.
Why don't you back that up with the source?
Watch out. I'm gonna get killed by flyers after beating the boss first try. Alright, so poison's good for bosses, so upgrade it for that, equip it for bosses, not so useful against regular enemies. Come on, man. Yeah, that's right, I can dash. I always forget. Even though I use it all over the place on the boss. Oh. This is what I mean. Gotta tutorialize things.
Yep. Have a good one, Boba Fett.
Thank you. Thanks for coming in. See, it feels good. It feels good to find health upgrades when... Well, let's use this mirror, and then we'll just have a discussion at this point, and I'll just leave the game running while we talk about it. And, I think this is a good place to wrap up. Oh, unless something interesting happens right now. Oh, I had to make a sacrifice to get in here. Doppelganger, begotten. Okay, we're gonna fight myself and see how well it goes.
All right,
Fighting
you can
the
do it.
sculptor.
I think you're supposed to find the sculptor.
Something made me say that. Okay, that's the same thing. Oh, this is the lady that we were talking about earlier. That's true. We haven't come here this entire time, so we should probably come in here and
Look around.
Vladislava is a great name. I'm pronouncing it probably
Vladislava.
completely Vladislava.
It is fun.
Oh, she just gave me money. Good.
Like, welcome. Here's 50 bucks.
Alright, so we can sell these memories. Looks like it's only 500 bone powder each. I don't know if there's a reason why you would want to keep that. Okay, so these cost glands, so you definitely want to save that and not use it on the buffs that I was using. Maybe the buffs are the reason why I was having such an easy time. Seems like the buffs are something I wouldn't like as the game progresses.
Remember, you lose the buffs if
So
you
this is-
die. If you get killed, they all disappear.
Yeah. This is 100% something I would like. Oh, I've gotten for whatever reason in this menu, I just cannot get it to always spawn spiteful clay boards after interaction with clay templates or resembling. But why would I want that? I guess for extra bone stuff? Alright, so we're definitely going to take that instead of critical damage, because dashing through enemies and damaging them is almost always a good thing. So yeah, next time we're going to be doing Dark Souls again, and then it'll be One or Done with Carestia. It's the next game we'll be doing. So where was the place that I got the key for? I can't remember. The cat? Did the cat sell things? No, it was the dude that sells things. Oh yeah, that's right. He sells for bone dust. And then the other lady sells for glands. Yeah.
Yeah, basically they sell for the bits that they would need to make more clay dolls.
But basically, once you figure out which gems you want, you don't spend money on anything else. So, okay, you can't just jump up ladders. Okay, so just sell it when you get it. Is that not the thing I got the key for? Oh, I just picked something up. Oh, never mind. I don't know what that was. Just a... Yeah. I'm doing 4 damage. It's about half the damage I'm doing with a regular slash. Yeah, a little extra layered damage is always good.
Like when games give you punching bags.
Yeah. Well, it looks like we're done here, as far as what we can do.
Alright, go kill yourself.
You want me to kill myself just to see what happens?
Well, I know what happens.
I have to fight myself first, though, so we'll see if I actually die to myself. Okay, stay away from the... Oh yeah, I can't do that right now. How come I'm glowing? Maybe I had a debuff from her pinwheel just now. Alright. If I die, it's because I did it on purpose. How that works, right?
Maybe you're... Oh, I know what it is. When you're reborn, you're Irma the White instead of Irma the Gray.
You're right, I should kill myself. Just to find out. Just to find out what it does. Let's do it. I'm gonna spend my bone dust first, though, just because that's the way I do things. And the big question is whether or not the Humble store, or the Humble thing has cloud saving. That's gonna be a major... I'm gonna go ahead and upgrade this, just because... I'm gonna grab that, because they said it's good for flyers. And I have 3,000 left.
You hate flyers.
We do hate flyers. It's an 8,000 tier. Irma explodes all corpses in sight. Interesting. Flying... Yeah, let's get this so I can access this.
Honestly, I'd rather find the best gems by exploring rather than just buying them. I think that's better design anyway.
Yeah. Alright, so let's see what this looks like. Let's just see. No foe nearby. That's interesting. Oh, so she just straight up... Well, that's kind of nice. Expensive, but nice. I could see why that would be good for flyers, since you don't have to actually aim.
Right.
Well, he's gone down there. Alright, we're supposed to be killing ourselves, so let's go find a spike pit or something. It totally looks like a thing I could walk through. Let's see. I don't want to just stand and let him wail on me. Here we go. This is perfect. Wait. There we go.
That took a lot, actually.
Darren perished and lost all bone powder.
Okay, so it's like Souls-like.
Yeah.
Normal Souls-like system. Enemies actually get harder, though? Is what we were told?
That might not be happening yet.
Let's just grab these guys real quick and then get my stuff back.
You should just keep dying. Die like 5 times in a row and see how hard the
He
enemies
literally
are.
just ran into the wall. Well, you have to sit for a minute to get your stuff back, so that's kind of tension building there. Normally you can just grab it and run.
True.
These Souls-likes.
Clear the room.
Yeah. Well, that wasn't so bad. Dying. Was there anything else that happens like normally, or is it just that particular instance was not too bad?
No.
Introduce
Apparently it's
something
something to do with the moon.
Well, as far as my impressions of the game so far, the things I like is I like that you get health upgrades and things through exploration, which is something that doesn't normally happen so much. The story is there. Like, I like how straightforward the story is. Like, I'm kind of understanding what's happening, even though it is still being a little bit ambiguous. At least they have cutscenes and dialogue that make it a little bit more accessible. game's a little bit on the easy side to start out with, and it sounds like it gets a whole lot harder later. So I guess that's something to be warned about. But if you have Game Pass and or if you've done Humble Choice, I see no reason not to give it a shot.
Yeah, at the very least worth checking out.
Now, Nick, you were saying that a lot of things about it. You haven't said much about how you felt about it when you played it. That a lot of the mechanics rubbed you the wrong way.
Well, I mean, I didn't like. Well, like I said, I don't like game mechanics where the source of pressure is the threat of wasting your time. Mm-hmm. And this game definitely feels like a game where the threat of wasting your time is the primary source of stress and pressure in the game. And I didn't really butt up against that a huge amount in this first part of the game, but after playing through it, I went and read about mechanics that I hadn't gotten to yet, and it really did feel like they just try to be punishing to be punishing without really considering the effect that has on the gameplay experience.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and as far as like my experience with it being kind of easy, I'm not like an expert gamer. You can watch any of my other streams to see that. But I have some experience going into this. A lot of expectations, a lot of tricks that I've learned in other games, like the air dash slash that I did on that boss that let me beat it the first try. I'm bringing a lot of that into the game. And some of that stuff that you were talking about, Nick, the stuff where if you die, you get frustrated. It's going to depend on how well you perform. It's going to influence the experience you have.
Did you just get good me?
I did not just get good you.
That felt like a get good.
No, there is a legitimate aspect to that, though, because like I would say that some of the later Souls-like games, like Dark Souls 1 to me is perfect, where you lose your human form, but basically nothing else happens. So I don't know. Getting your souls back seems strong enough to me.
No, it's fine. I mean, I don't know. It's a game that I feel like if it got significantly harder, or if the fights started to feel unfair in any way, I would lose patience for these other mechanics very quickly as a result.
Yeah. On the subject of builds, it doesn't seem like this game really has builds. Like, it has the witchery tree, but that's really just it's a little bit more like the prosthetics in Sekiro, where it's really just choosing which two you want to have accessible. And I actually kind of like this magic system. As far as magic systems go, I like this more than what Blasphemous had. I actually feel like the magic is good.
It felt like you're getting new upgrades and that it was evolving as you were going. Blasphemous definitely felt a lot more stagnant.
Yeah. So this is kind of neat. This is actually a reason why I am interested in playing this a little bit more. From the overall beginning experience, comparing it to Blasphemous, I think that I kind of like the opening of this a little bit more than Blasphemous, but Blasphemous kind of escalates to some more interesting things, and it's hard to say just judging from this first hour. Another game I would compare this to is Death's Gambit, which is another one I need to finish. And from a like build standpoint, that game definitely was a lot more intriguing than this to start out with.
I think this game is actually running up against, and I'll be interested to see moving forward how this impacts the industry. But if this game had come out 5 years ago, I feel like it would be considered a classic. But now, because it's been out after a decade of indie Metroidvania games, and even indie Metroidvania games that look like this, it's going to just kind of fall to the wayside as just another Metroidvania.
Just another cool pixel art.
yeah. And I think it's well made, and it's got some really great ideas, but it's showing kind of an issue in the industry where it's getting harder and harder to stand out. And
right.
And I think it's because there's so many indie developers out there nowadays.
Yeah, and based on that first hour here, like I went that whole time without dying. I feel like this is a good zone out game for me.
Right.
So, but yeah, I am interested in playing it more. I think it looks really neat. I would not necessarily say from that 1 hour that it is a must play. As to your point though, Nick, it's kind of entering the industry at oversaturation time, which is going to be the truth about a lot of games out there. I think that the story is one way that it could really stand out, but I don't know if it really hits that yet for me.
Yeah, it's definitely, it's doing the thing where it's making you think that maybe there's a deeper story, but
Right.
that only works if there is a deeper story.
If it ends up paying off, right. It's only going to make me more disappointed if I get to the end of the game and it's just pretentious.
Right.
That there isn't anything there. So overall, I hope you enjoyed that little walkthrough of the first hour of, or a little bit more than an hour of Moonscars. And again, it's pretty accessible to get on Game Pass on Humble Choice. And I think it's like, well, let's look this up before I say anything. I think it's like $20 if you wanted to buy it outright. It's probably 20 to 30.
Yeah, that's kind of the standard.
Let me get the actual price here before I say that. Yeah, $20. So, for your $20, you'll get at the very least a game that that'll give you a nice way to spend your time, I guess. Not necessarily it's a mind-blowing experience from what we've seen so far. So with that, I want to thank you very much for watching, and a reminder, in 2 weeks we're going to continue the Dark Souls stream, the walkthrough or the beginner's walkthrough of that. So if you're interested in that, tune in. I hope you have an adventurous